Overstockvehicles.com specializes in selling great quality vehicles at wholesale prices. We have over 600 vehicles available for sale monthly, all at dealer pricing. Car Gurus awarded us with the top-rated dealer 2025. We also offer a first-time buyers program, extended warranties, and credit union members are always welcome. Please give us a call at 866-292-1631 for more information, and visit us today.
Welcome in, everyone, to the West Coast Sim Racing Multi-Class League. Tonight, we're live from the famous Circuit de Gilles, Gilles Villeneuve here, live from Montreal, a track that blends high speed with unforgiving walls. And tonight, it hosts a 40-minute sprint of GT3 versus GT4 racing, as well as the second-to-last race of the season. These points couldn't be tighter than if you tried to make them here. Josh Hunter still up there, out up in the front. He's been there all season, but look who's starting to lurk there. It's Daniel Higgins, Dr. Andrew Bound, Amethyst Reese, Ali Xay joining the party within the point standings. Welcome in, everybody, live here to Stam Studio Network. My name is Sean Stam, and yet 40-minute sprint here tonight, as well as that competition caution at the 15th minute here tonight. Thank you all for joining in live, as we're going to have these drivers putting on a show for some multi-class racing GT3s and GT4s. Taking a look at our starting grid here tonight. Oh, how about it? It's going to be Nico Colby up there, slaps it on the pole with a 134.470. His brother up there, Stone Colby's going to be right there beside him. This is 2 nights in a row. Stone has started P2. We'll look for the number 52 here, diving it down in turn number 1. Andrew Bound, Josh Hunter, Jake Steckler, Daniel Higgins, Adrian Gutierrez, and Ali Xay rounding out the top 8 drivers. About Darren Colby, the father of the bunch. He's going to start there in P number 9. And then Benjamin Forehand. And then we start to look at the GT4 class. It's going to be Amethyst Reese, Joe Rainey, Lewis Holloway, Warren Johnson, and Stephen Shakespeare rounding at our 15, count them, 15 driver grid here tonight. It's a short pace lap. These GT3 tires, as well as the GT4 tires, we're going to have to keep an eye on this opening lap here, because things are going to get pretty tight, pretty treacherous, pretty early on. They're going to try and gain all the temps and all the pressures that you can within these racing tires as early as you can. That's why we look at Andrew Bound there, the purple people leader. He's weaving, jeeving and jiving even before this race starts. Traffic management will be key here tonight. GT3s will have to slice through the GT4 traffic, and the GT4 drivers must survive while staying in their own battles. Risk versus reward. These walls are not going to give here tonight. You look at them wrong, you call them wrong, one wrong name, and they will definitely be there to bite you on corner entry or corner exit. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Race fans of all ages, live from the man-made island up here in Montreal. We are few moments away for some green flag racing for the second to final race of the multi-class season for West Coast Sim Racing fans. Get up, stand up, get up for your life, and don't give up the fight, because Nico Colby leads us there into turn 1. Nico Colby, he's going to have some company there and around the inside. That's going to be the purple people leader. He makes contact with Nico Colby. No, Nico, no. He goes for a spin early on. All these other drivers are able to make their way around the pack here. Andrew Bound works his way up to P2, as not for long, here comes that Chevrolet Corvette GT3. How about Josh Hunter? He makes another pass early on in this race as well. GT3 GT3 is going to start to single file out here. So now we take a look at Josh Hunter, who's going to have to make his way through the GT4 pack. Some 3 wide, settle it back down to 2 right there behind Lewis Holloway. Nico Colby, has to work his way up through this time by as we have another spin. No, oh, it's going to be a streak that Steven Shakespeare involved. The Rainey Homes Racing, Joe Rainey 17 McLaren also right there with him. Here comes Darren Colby. He's going to slice and dice his way through this pack. What an opening start. I said we're going to have to keep an eyeball on those cooler tire temps, cooler tire pressures. That's making an early run here on. This is back up to the race lead with Stone Colby starting to run away with a 1.9-second gap over Andrew Bound, but don't count him out here just yet. Still quite a ways to go here in this race, and if one of your favorite drivers was involved earlier on, well, they still have that competition caution and about 14 minutes left to go in this race. As I start getting the audio levels a little bit more adjusted, shout out Chandler, appreciate you helping me there. We're gonna have Andrew Bound up here to P2. That Ford Mustang is he's looking to show some pace earlier on in this race. Here's how he got up to P2 after Nico Colby went for a slip and slide from the pole sitter down all the way to now sitting P9 in class. As Nico Colby down the inside there, Nico Colby was on the outside. He had Andrew Bound there, the inside there, and just not quite clear. But thankfully, there's really no damage. And there's also the second incident there. I believe that's Darren Colby who gets involved in a little bit of something else. Lots of real-life Apex Motor Club drivers here making their way around the pack. There's Darren Colby. I don't think that was contact with Daniel Higgins. I think that was just loose as a goose there out of the exit of 2 as he tries to make his way down and through turn 3 and 4. This is back to live racing action. Impulse Effect is trying to hold off Daniel Higgins at this point. Daniel's lost. Oh, I take that back. Daniel Higgins is right back up to where he started this race, making a pass down the outside line. Daniel, nice pass there. Back up to P6. Some side-by-side all the way from the door to the mirror and now clear as Ali XA works his way back up to P5. Jake Steckler slices, dices, roll the dice up to P4. He finds himself here tonight. Josh Hunter, our overall points leader. This is going to start to get not only to the nitty-gritty here within the race, but as well within the point standings coming into the championship race for the GR86 League and the MultiClass League just in next week's time. Definitely have to keep an eye on Josh Hunter here tonight, and if he has the pace to work his way up through the pack, right now it most certainly looks like it as he puts down a 1:35. Fastest lap of the race was a 34.9, last put down by Dr. Andrew Bound. Matter of fact, the driver that Josh Hunter is trying to chase right now. Remember, Andrew Bound is also a little further back there in the points there than Josh Hunter, so if these drivers are able to finish where they started this race, this is going to be pretty special for them. And here is another look at an incident where this was also on the opening lap of the race. This was Joe Rainey, this was Warren Johnson, as well as Daniel Higgins, all involved here in a lap 1 incident where there's really just nowhere to go with this multi-class racing. The classes aren't too spread out here on this race start, and look at Joe Rainey. He's going to have a little contact here after the front spin there, the second spin in the GT3 class. Warren Johnson also starts to bang Joe Rainey's rear bumper pause. Here we go, back to live racing action. Once again, it's going to be between Benjamin Forant and Daniel Higgins. This is going to be a Lamborghini of Daniel Higgins versus a Benjamin Forant Chevrolet GT3 Corvette. Daniel Higgins, music producer, also a racing driver here within Sim Racing World. I think Daniel Higgins has some laps there, at least some time trials there in real life racing. If you're looking for some NASCAR bets as well, as Daniel Higgins have to give up 2 spots there. Excuse me, he's going to give up 1 there to Benjamin Forant. Going to shut the door on Nico Colby. If you're looking for some betting there as well, make sure you hit up his socials, DH Betting. He's on a 2-win race streak over there, so he's continuing to sit 7th place. 1 spot lost where he started, but looks to find the pace here tonight from the circuit up here in Montreal out of the man-made island Stone Colby out here up front. I think this is one of the first times I've seen Stone Colby in a Ford Mustang North American powered number 52. It's got the vehiclebuyers.com paint scheme all over that thing. Looks clean, green, and mean, especially out here leading, but I don't know. It's leading right now, but Andrew Bound starts. Oh man, Stone Colby gets loose as a goose there out of the exit. I think that was turn 14. If my math is mathing there. Stone Colby, if we take a look at the lap time history between these drivers, lap 1, Stone faster, lap 2, Stone slower, lap 3, still slower, but only by 0.2 of a second. Here we go, this time by Stone Colby's continuing to retain about a 0.6 of a second gap over Andrew Bound. Josh Hunter starting to join this battle as well. Once again, that is our points leader in this GT3 class. And that's comparing Josh Hunter's lap times to Jake Steckler, who is right there behind him. He continues to run away. That's a lot of red if you're a Jake Steckler fan. As we once again have that competition caution here in about 9 minutes time. If you're just now joining in, thank each and every single one of you. Appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Hitting 1,000 subscribers here on Stam Studio Network. Couldn't have done it without each and every single one of the race fans. We'll check up there live in YouTube land. If you're joining in vertical chat, make sure you join us over there in horizontal land. Get your chat red. I'm lacking here. I know. I've got to pull it up here once. Okay, I've got 11 of you watching right now. Appreciate once again each and every single one of you. Starting to see this battle for the race lead. Not only starting to heat up, but also starting to broil. We got Moonlight Dancer in here. We got Lumit 91. Terry also joining in. Thanking each and every single one of you. Now on to 2,000, says Moonlight. Sweet graphics, says also Moonlight. Oh, no, that was Terry that time. I love how the GT3 Mustang sounds there, says Daniel. Well, here we go. We're looking at a 0.4 of a second battle here between the two front race leaders. Daniel, this one's for you. Oh man, my favorite GT3 in the game. I mean, not only for the handling characteristics after this recent update with this newer tire model, excuse me, for the GT3 series, but as well as, I mean, just the sounds of this horsepower ripping to life, as well as I believe we're starting to approach a lapped car, a GT3 car of Steven Shakespeare. Should happen this lap, so we're gonna have at least a couple wave rounds after this competition caution in a few moments time at 15th minute in the race. Here's league owner going up against this is Warren Johnson, who is the league owner, going up against the Joe Rainey Homes Racing McLaren GT4 machine. How about Joe Rainey? He's continuing to show some nice pace even after a slight, I don't know if you'd call it a slight, a little bit of an incident there, lap 1 of the race. It was enough contact to at least dent in the front bumper just enough to, yeah, there you see the right front aerodynamic damage there. Joe Rainey's fighting for a little bit of downforce and grip here tonight, but I'm curious to see if we will see him make his way down and into pit lane in here about 5 minutes time after they should be open at least one lap, as we will have some wave arounds. Speaking of wave arounds, here we go. Okay, I tried to stop saying that. Sorry. Sound like Dak Prescott up here in the booth tonight. That's been a good game up until the weather delay as we hop on board with Dr. Andrew Bound. Dr. Andrew Bound and Stone Colby have now made their way across Steven Shakespeare, putting him down one lap. Now they're going to start to reel in Joe Rainey and Warren Johnson as far as lap traffic goes. Woo, boy, this battle for the race lead starting to heat up here once again between Stone Colby and Andrew Bound. Stone and Andrew sitting one spot gained from where they started the race here tonight. 4.5 minutes to go till the competition caution. Right now it is vehiclebuyers.com versus Jack Daniels Whiskey, 2 Ford Mustangs. I got a GT3 race here coming up on Saturday myself. At this point, I think I know what car I'm about to run. We've seen race after race, not only within the West Coast Sim Racing multi-class series, but any GT3 broadcast I do, these Ford Mustangs continue to find their way up to the front of the pack, continue to see the cream rise to the top. Although these two drivers continue to show us race in and race out how much pace that they have, how much racecraft and that ethical wheel. If we start to see some more ethical wheel and some side-by-side up here between our two front runners, look who's once again starting to look there in third position. That is once again our points leader, just ever so slightly right there with them. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, this field will get scrunched and bunched all back up together here in just about 4.5 minutes time. Let us know right now down there in YouTube land if you're Dr. Andrew Bound, who continues to fight the dirty air across the big old rear wing and the big old rear diffuser that's on these GT3 Ford Mustangs. What is going through your minds right now? Are you just continuing to go to school, or are you just trying to wait for that door to possibly open? This tough technical track here out of Montreal, it's got some chicanes, it's got some very nice passing opportunities, but you got to be at least within call it 1.5 tenths of a second. Look at Dr. Andrew Bound. He got, 2 to 3 car lengths gains. They're in one braking zone. Stone Colby, I don't know how he's still up out here in the front unless Andrew Bound is just biding his time. We've seen patience like a stone time and time again, but could tonight possibly be a switcheroo? Patience like in Bound. As he continues to reel in Stone Colby. Another chicane, another right, another switch back to the left. Oh no! Dr. Andrew Bound takes too much of the curb. His left side tires up into the air, I do believe. Unfortunately there for our P2 running driver, he'll fall back to P number 3. He might even lose 4th and 5th here, as look at Jake Steckler and Benjamin Foran start to reel him in as well. No, Andrew, no. Here's a quick look at this race replay as he's going to lose 1 spot. His Michelin GT3 tires are not going to be happy at all. He's going to have to find some more pace here. He's going to have to cool down these tires if, well, he'll have a whole caution to do it here. But turn 17 and 18 here, one of the most treacherous of the track. Not only the right, well, okay, I guess it was the right side tires up and off of the racing surface. It's, he keeps his foot planted in it there to keep it off of the rear, the tire barrier on the right side. Cat-like reflexes there for Josh Hunter as he barely misses a spinning Andrew Bound. Here's a look at race pace. It doesn't take much to send one of these GT3s around. You start to push and push, lap after lap. There's only so much that you can do here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we make our way down and across the start-finish straight for the final time before the competition caution, Stone Colby leads us across the line. Josh Hunter, Andrew Bound somehow only falls back there to P3, but here comes Jake Steckler. He's got a rear-view camera full of another Chevrolet Corvette there. That's going to be Benjamin Foran. Benjamin is trying to look to at least gain a few more spots after gaining 5 earlier on in the race. Here we go. Sorry, Dak Prescott part 4 here tonight. We're going to see our front race leaders, except for Stone Colby. Josh Hunter is into the pits. Andrew Bound is into the pits. Jake Steckler into the pits, as well as Nico Colby. I'm curious to see if they're just filling up here on race fuel. Going to short stop this pit stop here. Yes, no tires there except going on the Andrew Bound machine after he completely killed that set. Looks like Jake Steckler's just taking fuel as well. So these drivers know that the competition, English is hard. The competition caution is going to come out here not at the 15th minute, but after Stone makes his way down and through one of the final turns here tonight. Looks like he's making his way down and through it here this time by. Stone Colby, our race leader, Benjamin Foran, will make his way down and up into P number 2. Here we go. Yellow flag's going to be thrown this time by. I think I got it working here. So We're going to scrunch and bunch this whole pack up of GT3s and GT4s all back up here together. I'll get some unofficial, official race standings here for you in a few moments' time. Stick with us here on Stam Studio Network. I'll be right back with you up here in the booth. Thanks, everybody. Ooh, hang on now just a second. Wait a second before we... Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Before this commercial break, I just noticed Andrew Bound coming across the stripe here. He had no big old rear wing that is very common for these GT3 Mustangs. Oh, off the pit exit. More cold tire trouble for a GT3 driver. Andrew Bound's going to have to find pit entry here at least another lap. He's going to have to start at the rear of the field. This is big for our point standings, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just now joining us here, welcome into the track out of Montreal, made on the man-made island here for, I believe it was World Festival there out of 1967. Anyways, we'll take a quick look at the points before we take a quick break from one of our sponsors and affiliates. This is big there once again for Andrew Bound. He sits there third in the points, but now he'll have to start at the rear of the field. Daniel Higgins, he's up there in P8 in class. He's going to have to find some pace here at the second half of the race after a little bit of contact on his side at our starting lap. Josh Hunter continues lead in the points. Thanks, everybody. My name's Sean Stam. We'll be right back with you on Stam Studio Network.
Overstockvehicles.com specializes in selling great quality vehicles at wholesale prices. We have over 600 vehicles available for sale monthly, all at dealer pricing. Car Gurus awarded us with the top-rated dealer 2025. We also offer a first-time buyers program, extended warranties, and credit union members are always welcome. Please give us a call at 866-292-1631 for more information. And visit us today.
Alrighty, welcome back here to Circuit Gila Villeneuve. There we go. 2.7 miles, 14 turn track here. If you're just now joining us, my name's Sean Stam here, live on Stam Studio Network, producing, commentating, directing the storm here tonight that we have seen here out on the racetrack. Man, speaking of a storm, although this is the second to last race of our championship standings here for the MultiClass series, we had some pretty big pit stops that had just ensued. Stone Colby, he's going to have to start at the rear end of the field of the GT3 class. All of the GT4 drivers are on pits, including Amethyst Reese, Lewis Holloway, Joe Rainey, Warren Johnson, and I think Steven Shakespeare's out of the race now. So, we'll check in live on YouTube land while we have just a quick moment. I'd once again like to thank each and every single one of you joining here tonight. Let's see who is joining here live in the old YouTube land. Still got Moonlight Dancer chilling out here with us. Brandon Birch is chilling. Oh, Brandon not out here on track tonight. I was waiting for that because I know Brandon, he had a really nice win there just a week ago there at okay. My notes are showing me, Brandon, I know that you won there in the MX5 class there just a week ago in the multi-class series. Unfortunately, we don't have you here on track tonight, but I do appreciate you joining us live in YouTube land. Still have Daniel joining out here with us. Those Stangs have the best sounding engine in the game. I'm right there with you. You got to definitely set up your passes here tonight. Be smart with where you are going to try to make a move. As speaking of, be smart of where you're going to try to make a move. I have to be smart of where I'm going to throw the one to go here tonight. We're still going to have a couple drivers making their way up into the pack. It's going to be pretty close, so I think I'll get these drivers at least one more competition caution. Got Lewis Holloway, Warren Johnson's now caught up, so this is about 3 more drivers, I do believe. Thanks for everybody here joining in here tonight. 1,000 subscribers finally, now on the road to 2,000 of you. Here we go. Once again, couldn't have done it without the drivers who put on a show. Race and Ant race out here for the race fans. Benjamin Forand, he's going to have to put on a show here this time by, as he's got Josh Hunter and Jake Steckler. Nico Colby, this is a complete switch up here as Nico Colby, he started this race on the pole. A little bit of arsey-barsey there in the turn 2 and 3 on some colder tires. Speaking of colder tires, that's where you're starting to see these drivers do everything they can. Weave, jeeve, and jive, getting every little bit of tire temp and tire pressure back into these Michelin Racing GT3 rubbers, I guess you could call them. Impulse effects there, that's, Adrian Gutierrez running the number 9, meant to be driven. Porsche GT3, he sits in the 7th running position in class. He's going to have to hold off Darren Colby and Darren's son right there behind him, running 8th and 9th there in that GT3 class. Now that all these drivers should be caught up here. Oh no. Lewis Holloway didn't get a front bumper there on it here this time by what we should be getting to. Yep, there we go. Lights are out on the safety of pace car. Benjamin Forand's going to lead them down this last pace lap this time by what is 2.7 miles, 14 turns of it. Josh Hunter, Jake Steckler, Nico Colby, Ali Ixay, Daniel Higgins, Adrian Gutierrez, Darren Colby, and Stone Colby rounding at the top 9. Amethyst Reese, Joe Rainey, Lewis Holloway, Dr. Andrew Bound, Warren Johnson is rounding out that top 14. Got in a trance there from the old best sounding cars here in the game. Well, at least the Ford Mustang. Anyways, all right, we got Benjamin Forand. He's got his windshield wiper moving and grooving, telling us he is ready to regroup and rearm on this race restart. Remember, newer. I mean, these are completely revamped. Well, I guess it's a whole season now at this point. You blink and you miss it. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess they say. But after this most recent newest season that had been released of the iRacing Simulation Motorsports GT3 class, completely newer tire model here that iRacing Safety Pace Car going to take and dive into the safety of pit lane. Here we go, race fans. I want you to again get up, stand up, and get up for your life, and don't ever give up the fight because we are about to go green flag racing once again here for the West Coast Sim Racing GT3 and GT4 MultiClass Series. No, Stone, no! It's a huge incident in the back of the pack. No, no, no. That Stone involved Dr. Andrew Bound. That is huge for one of our podium sitters there for the point standings. They make their way down and into pit lane. Here comes Josh Hunter. He's down to the inside, makes the pass happen fairly easily looking there. Josh Hunter, points leader, class leader here now out in on the track as he's going to have Jake Steckler and Nico Colby start to join this battle as well. Oh, here, goodness gracious, folks, you better have your no, that was a race leader gone around, I do believe. Benjamin Forand it was. He tried to, I don't know what happened. We're going to have to take a replay of it. I warned you, these tire temps, these tire pressures, they're not quite here ready for racing action. Benjamin Foran is going to get the Sean and Tater curse right as I saw him slice and dice up there to P2. Just a little bit too much wheel there, headed to the right. Thankfully, it looks like he stays in the gas. Gives a gap for, oh no, not Nico Colby, but he gives a gap at least for Jake Steckler to make his way around. Oh, you gotta hate that for quite a few of these drivers that are involved here tonight, especially with the ones, I mean, our front runners. Here's Nico Colby on board. Splunk, dunked, and funked is the driver of the 16 Lamborghini GT3. Here's back to live racing action. Josh Hunter out up to the lead. Points leader, Jake Steckler. How about the driver 42 Chevrolet Corvette? He's looking to have himself a run for the money here tonight after sitting P2 after that immaculate race restart. Ali Xay was not so lucky on that race start as, well, Nico Colby is going to find his way down to the pits. So I think the old AMG is going to stay out here for at least another lap or two for Ali Xay. I don't know how with that. That's some very, very detrimental aerodynamic damage there. We're going to see Daniel Higgins as well as Impulse Effect. Adrian Gutierrez right now start to really reel in Ali Xay with this front bumper that is just long gone. Checking in on the GT4 class real quick after this race start. It's right now between Joe Rainey and Amethyst Reese. Amethyst Reese. Nico Colby is got the flashy McFlashies on here tonight after his pit stop. He's gonna. Nico is not wasting any time here at this point. He is, I mean, said thank you very much. He's gonna take away the overall. What was that? Where'd Nico? There he is. An overall P7 now here. That is quite the pace differential between GT3 and the GT4 class. But I mean, he's just he's slotted his way right here within the battle there for Joe Rainey and Amethyst Reese. But did it as cleanly as he possibly could. Says thank you very much. Going to start to reel in now Father Colby. Now that is 6th and 7th. This is battle here once again for Joe Rainey and Amethyst Reese in the GT4 class. Joe Rainey started in the P2 position on the front row, and after what was, I mean, a race restart that could be forgotten, a race start. That race restart, well, I think we could continue to look at that one here tonight for Joe Rainey. Could have gone much better than that. Actually, here, let's hop on board with Joe Rainey. This race restart. Let's see what it was like behind the cockpit of the number 17 machine. Oh no! Well, I take back everything that I just said, as Joe Rainey was one of the drivers involved. And the big one that had happened there is, I mean, I once again, is that Lewis? No, okay, sorry about that. Here's another look at it here from our SSN drone camera shots here. Yeah, that was Stone Colby up there in the vehiclebuyers.com Ford Mustang there. Oh my days. I mean, the right right rear end tires completely off the racetrack for the Radio's racing. I don't know how, somehow, some way, Joe Rainey continues to lead that GT4 pack, and somehow, some way, Ali Xay continues to run in the final driver interview spot with only 11 minutes to go here left tonight from the man-made track, obviously man-made track, but on the man-made island here out of Montreal. Circuit Gila Villeneuve here. Ali Xay runs in that final driver interview spot. But here comes Daniel Higgins. He doesn't have that aerodynamic damage. He doesn't have that suspension damage on the front nose. I believe that's Gran Turismo Lamborghini number 1 here. As Daniel Higgins is trying to get, well, he's not trying. He's definitely getting a little bit of slipstream there on his front end off the rear bumper and big old rear diffuser of that Mercedes AMG of Ali Xay right there out up in front of him. Daniel Higgins, I believe, could possibly find his way into the final driver interview spot for the GT3 class here tonight.
How are we doing, Sean? I'm up here with you in the booth.
Doing great, Warren. How are you doing after, I mean, you look pretty good there in practice and qualifying, man.
Yeah, you were right about the wave around. I have no idea why I had to get waved around. I pitted and did everything at the same time as everybody, so just one of those iRacing things, but I was already in P4 and now a minute down, so I was just like, well.
All right, well, welcome in here. I'm happy to have you. Talk us about the track conditions here tonight. They're pretty, the track conditions are pretty nice, but honestly, a track I've never raced on. It looks pretty tough and treacherous.
Yeah. Yeah, here, if you could get the stream going.
Oh, I got
share,
sure.
Screen share. And then, but no, yeah, the track this is a treacherous track. This is very difficult. This is a lot more fun and smooth on the F1 game for sure. Circuit Drive Villeneuve, so it's it's a difficult track, especially for the GT4s. The GT3s definitely have with that tire model. It's going to be, they have to be a little more sensitive with the throttle, but the GT4 cars just feel horrible around here. I don't know why, but yeah, it was bad. So and then we got caught up in the wreck at the first lap, I think, and that kind of put us on the back foot, and then Amethyst was able to get around. Amethyst going around with no rear wing. That's pretty impressive if they can. Oh, as I say that, there's the Warrentator curse. Literally the Warrentator curse. So yeah, that rear wing, that is not helpful. You definitely need that rear wing. So yeah, let's see if she can keep it into P2. Lewis, well, yeah, she's got time, but we'll see. Joe Rainey looks like he's gonna take this one away. He was not having the best. Well, he was doing okay, but now he's really having a good time up there in P1. He's just gonna cruise on to victory if he can keep it off the walls. Yeah, the walls are difficult here, man. The off tracks, the curbs and the everything. This whole track is just difficult. There's walls everywhere you look. There's a wall coming at you, and all the exits, the corner exits are really difficult here. What are we down to? 8 minutes? Yeah, this is a hell of a racetrack, man. It's really fun on F1 cars, and it's a little better with the faster cars, like the GT3s.
Man, another great car and track combo here tonight. And what's really catching my eye somehow, some way, is Ali Iksay. He's able to hold off Daniel Higgins right now, even with, no front nose on that AMG.
Maybe that's helping. Maybe there's to this track that helps with airflow. I don't know, with that Mercedes. Who knows what's going on, but that's pretty impressive. We'll have to see at the end of the race if there's any incidents or anything. Let's take a good look at that man-made island. It's a really cool track. I love this spot right here. I cannot wait to go to an F1 race here. This is my ultimate. I love this track. So I've been to Las Vegas, the first Las Vegas Grand Prix a couple years ago, or two, whatever it was. I went to that one. That was a good time. Alexei got in the dirt there. Daniel's back there in that Lamborghini. I wonder if just Jake or if Alexei just has the pace. I don't know what's going on. Maybe Higgins has some other damage. I'm very surprised that he's not able to close that gap more than he is. What's the gap here? What, a second? A full second. So he should be within the draft, but maybe that front bumper's not pushing the air correctly, and he's just not getting that draft back there in that gold Lamborghini.
Tell you right now, it looks like it's keeping the front tires a little bit cooler there in the Ali Iksay machine as well. Or at least it looks like it there. But hang on here. If you're a fan of the Darren Colby machine, you might want to close your eyes on this race replay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the chicane is again. Oh!
Yep, that'll do it. Yep, that whole... Oh, no rear wing either.
Yeah,
that's not good.
That's the whole other half of the story.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, this whole track's just difficult. That first sector is just brutal. Yeah, that was too quick coming out of there. He was probably testing his limits there and just found that he couldn't find anything else. Bye-bye, rear wing. Now you got a nice Turbo S now, as he's driving around, so that'll be a little difficult. Where's Amethyst at? They're still P2. Amethyst still P2 somehow with no rear wing. That's impressive. Maybe Lewis has some damage. Let's go take a look at Lewis's car. That trunk is bouncing up and down too. Look at that thing. I've never seen that in iRacing. That's crazy.
I will tell you, Lewis also does have some pretty detrimental front end damage. The nose is still there, but it's hard to tell with the paint. But it's at least. Oh, I take that back. It looks like
You
it may have
sure?
got it all fixed up.
Yeah, on the pit stops, it does the quick repair. So
Good point.
he probably got it fixed. He's eating that draft from that GT3 car right now. I would be very surprised if he. Well, that's the 30 seconds. He has to have spun. That would be very, very crazy. But Amethyst is able to hold on to it, Pete. That's quite impressive. We got a nice little battle still with Alexei and Daniel going up there for P3. I guess that's kind of the most exciting race right now. Will Daniel be able to get to that podium spot? What's he back? Another, looks like about a second still. Not able to reel him in. This is very interesting. This is very interesting. I don't know how. We're gonna have to see. Well, now it's 0.8, but that's because Alexei's behind the GT4 car in a terrible spot in the track. Yeah, that's gonna bring this whole gap down. This is terrible for Alexei. Look, he's gonna go around. I was surprised he didn't capitalize on that move there.
Right there. I thought Daniel Higgins about to send it down the inside.
Yeah, that lap traffic will get you. This is a whole different race now for Alexei and Daniel. That really killed Alexei's drive, and Daniel's right on the rear bumper of Alexei. Alexei's going to have to defend for his life. Alexei a little better on the brakes going through there. Look, he got a little bit more of a gap there as they come about. Still a half second. Still a half second now, 3/10. Daniel's a little late on the brakes. You don't want to do that there. Alexei's gonna get a much better exit down this straight, and that is not what you want to see. He's gonna lose, what is that, 0.7, yeah, see, that was 3/10 worth of braking right there. You have to nail that braking into that hairpin, because you have this whole long sector just to think about it. Look, there it is, 7/10. So, look, he's gonna try to late brake again.
Daniel Higgins is into the braking zone. I mean, each and every braking zone, he's continued to send it deeper and deeper. Warren, I got to ask you real quick. At this point in the race, would you rather be Alexei, where you're playing the defense, or would you rather be Daniel Higgins hounding the rear bumper?
Oh, Daniel, I like to chase Daniel for sure, especially because he has a front bumper. So I definitely would rather be Daniel here, but. He's there. He's trying to be patient, and you know, Alexei's not the hardest or not the easiest driver to race around. So it's you know, he's probably trying to pick his line and see what Alexei's doing. Daniel's smart. He knows what he's doing out there. He's trying to pick the perfect timing. We've still got 2 minutes remaining, so we're definitely going to have another couple laps. And I think he's just waiting for the perfect moment, trying to keep the pressure on Alexei, also hoping he makes a mistake. And it's definitely possible here. Any other battles going on? We still have 10, 15, 15, 23, 34. No, this is it right here. Josh Hunter out there, 10-second gap. And Josh I think he's going to secure the championship with this. Let me just go look at the points real quick. If he wins, I think he secures the championship. Well, no, Higgins is right there. Josh will get 20. What is it? I'll let you take over for a little bit.
Oh, you're all good. I'm trying to see as these drivers also approach the lap traffic of Amethyst Reese right here. Amethyst, we got to shout out her real quick for everything that she does behind the scenes as far as point standings go. She's got her rear bumper thumping and thumping down the back straightaway. Looks like this is going to be our second to last lap here, Warren.
Absolutely, yeah, it will be. So 25 for the win, 20 for P2. Daniel's in P4. What's he gonna get in P4? Let's go look at that. If he can't get around, P4 is gonna give him only 14 points. No, it's not. I don't think it's gonna be enough. I think there's still a chance, but it's a far chance. Let me make sure here. Yeah, 14 to be 215. 232. So if Josh didn't finish the next race, there's still going to be a chance for Daniel, but that's a cold day in hell to have Josh not finish a race out here. So he's as we putting the pressure on Alexei coming into this chicane number 87 of the track. Every freaking turn on this track's a chicane. This is just ridiculous.
Now, Warren, is the last race of the multi-class series GT3 and GT4? Is it back to GR86 and MX5? Holy!
That's it. He just lost the race there. He's not going to make that back up. That's it. Alexei's going to get P3 with no front bumper. Alexei's going to get P3. Are we on the white flag?
Oh, I'll check here right after this. Look at how just as deep as we've seen all night here tonight.
Cannot do. That's it. P3 for Alexei. What a drive from Alexei. That's probably his most impressive drive we've seen him do. Congrats
Josh Hunter comes away with the win here, and Jake Steckler, like you were saying, I'm sorry to cut you off, Warren. I just got to correct myself. No. I called it white. Came to the checkered this time by Jake Steckler and Alexei, P2 and P3.
That was a hell of a drive from Alexei. That's good to see that from him. Amethyst as well. I mean, you got to give credit. No rear wing, able to keep a 40-second gap on Lewis. That's very, very impressive, right there. You can't. I'm very surprised at that. Myself taking away P4, Steven P5. Congrats to Joe on that win. Look at that. We love the old man when he's in victory lane. So. Josh Hunter, Jake Steckler, Alexei, Joe Rainey, Amethyst, and Lewis rounding out your 2 podium spots for this race at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. And to answer your question, yes, it's GT3, GT4 for the final race at Daytona at night. That's going to be a thriller to end the season for this second multi-class official season of West Coast Sim Racing.
Well, what a race, what a finish here for Josh Hunter as he takes the checkered flag, coming to our second to last race of the season here for the multi-class series. Normally we see Barney the flagman waving it loud and proud. Didn't catch it that time, boys. I think he's hiding up there in the booth or something there. Anyways, I wish that the graphics showed it or something, but Josh Hunter takes away the win. Jake Steckler, P2. Congratulations to the front 2. And like you said, I mean, what a drive here for Alexei to finish the race with no front nose. And then the top 3 belonging to Joe Rainey, Amethyst Reese, and Lewis Holloway for GT4.
Absolutely. I'm going to go find these guys, make sure they get their ass in the booth for the interview. So give me a minute. I'll be right back. All right. Are we good? Or are we on commercial?
We're all good. I think this is.
Everybody's in here.
How about old Warren Johnson and Josh Hunter, I believe. Hopefully they both have a copy here. This is live down in the Stam Studio Network's Victory Lane broadcast booth. How you boys doing here tonight?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. Warren, what you got for a race winner here tonight? I mean, back-to-back wins. Josh Hunter is going to rocket his way back up in the point standings.
Yeah, Josh put 10-second gap, I think, or maybe it was at 12 or 13 there at the end. Another impressive win from you tonight, man. I mean, you just get it done every weekend. What was your key to success today?
Just stay patient with the tires. You know, Benjamin did what he usually does with cold tires after the caution, so just gotta be careful with them.
Yeah, those cold tires will get you, especially here. That's what I was talking about at the beginning of the race was the cold tires here on the corner exits are it's just brutal. That whole first sector is just really, really bad.
Yeah, it can be tough.
But you qualified today. That's a start, or that's a change. What made you change your mind today and qualify?
I didn't get any practice at all, so I was just running laps, see what I can do, because I never drive the Corvette, which is pretty trash. So I get why no one uses that car this season. But just running laps. I didn't, like I said, didn't get practice or warm up or anything.
Well, nonchalant and calm and cool, collected for you as always, Josh. You know, you get out there in the lead and you just take off, man. And you've had an impressive season so far. Another 25 points coming your way tonight. Daniel, I believe, got 14 points, so they still got a chance to beat you in that last race, but that's going to be a tough order to come by there. So, looking forward to that race at Daytona. Anything you got for that race in Daytona, or what's your mindset going into the last race?
No, not really anything crazy or anything different. Curious to see if Higgins has like a paid actor to take me out next race, but other than that, we'll see how it goes.
I don't think he would do that, but that would be some good entertainment, though, I'll tell you. But congrats on your win tonight, Josh. Anyone you'd like to thank?
Thank you. Just Sean, broadcast, and you for putting the league together, and just everyone else that joins.
All right, Josh. Well, hey, we appreciate you very much coming week after week to my league and all of our league. I mean, this is a team effort here. So we're more than happy to have you here and hope to see you for the next one.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Sean, over to you, man.
All right, how about the old Jake Steckler? Jake, this is Sean up here live in the broadcast booth. You got yourself a copy, man.
Yes, sir.
Wow, what a race, what a finish here for you tonight. So you bringing the old Chevrolet Corvette up there to P2, making some North American power proud. In all seriousness, though, what was your race like here tonight? There was looks to be a little bit of argy-bargy there on the start and restart, but made your way through it.
Yeah, I was actually just about to say, kind of just found myself in the right places at the right times and kind of just let the front, dwindle out in front of me and try to stay consistent this race, and it worked in my favor.
Man, consistency is key. What did the cooler tire temps and lower tire pressures feel like? I mean, I feel like this is a question after every single GT3 race, but I mean, what was the difference there, and how many laps did it take to those tires to feel back up to where they should be?
It's pretty tricky when they're cold. On the restart, I want to say it probably took me almost like 4 good laps to really get back to where it was. It felt a little crazy because, I know Josh is fast, but, he was just, leaving me lap after lap, and, I was trying to warm up my tires, and somehow he had them, just right in the good space they needed to be at. And yeah, like I said, just consistency worked for me this race.
Consistency will be the key. Congratulations, Jake Steckler, on a podium finish here tonight. Before we let you get going, who would you like to thank or shout out?
Thank you, Warren, for putting on a good league for everyone, and of course you, Sean, for always putting on a good broadcast. It's always fun to go back and watch after the race, and everyone that watches and participates, it's always fun. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jake. That goes a long way there behind the scenes, and I hope you have a great rest of your night, man.
You too, Sean.
All right. P3 to Alexei. You got a copy, Alexei?
Yep, I'm here.
Hey, congratulations on that P3. Hey, I gotta say that was probably your most impressive drive. I didn't see the full race, but you didn't have a front end, and you were able to hold off a hard-charging Daniel Higgins. What did it for you tonight?
Yeah, I don't know. It was terrible. I had terrible pace from the practice to quals. Like I didn't have it. Like 2 seconds off my like personal best. And I just tried to survive and be careful. And definitely terrible on the steer on the second part without the front. I don't know. That was crazy. But yeah, I guess just luck, and I had also practice, so that's all. Thanks to Zane for coaching. Without that, I would crash somewhere in the first part. Also, new to me, didn't screw up the pit stop as I always do, so it was flawless for the first time.
Yeah, it seems
that definitely helped.
How did the damage get there in the first place for the front bumper?
Someone spun off in front of me, and I had nowhere to go. I just hit straight on.
Gotcha.
I don't remember what it was. Some Ford Mustang.
You were able to definitely keep it together for that P3. Are you happy for tonight? I mean, you seem a little more excited than you usually do. So I'm happy for you. I'm hoping you had a good race tonight. Of course, P3. What's there to be sad about? I mean, that's Daniel was coming in, and you could see him go on those braking. He was late braking like crazy into that hairpin. Every time he'd do it, he would go a little too wide, and you would just dog him on that front straight. Dog walked him on that straight. So that was quite impressive. You kept your cool despite not having a front lip and a whole front bumper basically, and you were able to definitely keep it together.
Yeah, thank you. Pretty happy with that. Given all the other things. race.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Congratulations to you. And is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, my wife who's rooting for me and watching the stream, Zane, Khan for the coaching, Sean for great broadcast, Warren for keeping this league together, and like everyone who races. That's what it makes fun.
Appreciate that, Alexei, and congrats again on your P3, and we hope to see you on the last 2 races for next week.
Thank you.
All right. Before I hand it over to you, Sean, it always seems like I never get to interview Joe.
Yeah.
he always skips around me, so I demand an interview from Joe today on that impressive that impressive P1 tonight. Joe, how are you doing, man? You got yourself a copy?
I am doing fine. How about you, Warren? Happy to have an interview from Warren Johnson.
Damn right. Well, hey, man, that was fun racing with you until that weird pit stop thing. I don't know how
I still don't know what happened to you there. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. But otherwise, I mean, you had a great race. How are you able to get to P1? Take me through it.
Well, I guess I think in the start of the race and in the restart, both times I got taken out. But it looks like in the second restart, I just had a little less damage than Amethyst, so that helped a little bit. You know, Amethyst you could tell, was just losing a lot of time with a really broken up car. I had my wheel was crooked, but I was still able to drive it pretty decent. So, you know, but yeah, it was just two rough starts and just got lucky, and everybody else got hit hard too, and here we are. So
there you go. Well, hey, we're happy to have you on the top step tonight. Did you do much preparation for this race, or I know you were talking about you did a couple laps. I don't know if it was yesterday or earlier.
Matter of fact, I just looked it up. I did like 6 or 7 laps like 3 days ago, and then I showed up like a normal about 10 minutes before we qualify. So tons of laps.
That's the Joe Rainey special right there. 10 minutes of practice and then just winging it. But like I've said before, your ability to adapt during a race to the whole track and to other drivers and to your own ability is quite impressive. And I think that's what has gotten you all the success that you've had in this league so far. I think that's a major factor there.
Well, thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
And sometimes in racing, it takes more luck and skill too. So you know, sometimes you're in the right place at the right time. So
that's right. Yeah, we've definitely seen that here before. So, is there anyone you'd like to thank before I send it over to Sean?
Yeah, I definitely want to thank Warren Johnson's West Coast Sim Racing League for what he's done there to put it together. He's done a great job. Also, of course, the STAM Studios. Sean has done a great job and continues to do so, and that's about it, really.
Well, thanks. I appreciate those kind words. I'm sure Sean does as well. And I will hand it over to him. Congrats again on your P1.
Hey, thanks.
Man, finally, Warren getting able to finally interview you, Joe. Joe, I don't really have much for you. Warren took the words out of my mouth there. I do have to say, though, congratulations on another class win, and best of luck going to you there next week. And I also can't wait till I meet quite a few guys there real-life racing out there at the Apex Motor Club in just a couple months' time.
It's going to be fun. Thanks, guys.
Hey, thanks, Joe. Have a great rest of your night, man.
Hey, you too.
All right, I know I shouted her out earlier on in the race. I think the old Amethyst Reese. Amethyst is shown up here in the top 3 podium finishers broadcast booth here. You got yourself a copy.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I mean, I would ask you the same, but no big old rear wing left on the Aston Martin here tonight. Somehow coming away with the podium, though. Walk us through it.
Once again, always a bridesmaid, never a bride. And I don't know what it is with tracks that I dislike, but I'm always faster on them. I don't know if it's just driving out of anger. But the first half of that race, I think it's the first time ever that I've just been consistently pulling on the field. And then it all went to crap on that restart. I made the mistake of thinking the Mustang was going to the left, and then it started to come back to the right as I'm passing it, and I wasn't able to get it out of the way. And yeah, as soon as that wing was gone, there was just a noticeable difference in the handling on the fast turns. But honestly, this is probably the best track to not have a rear wing on, because honestly, other than one section, it was pretty controllable. It just wasn't as fast. So yeah, overall, like I think I came out as best as I could. Didn't feel like I needed to pit, even after the wing was gone. But clearly, like Joe was faster at that point, so made me sad that I had to give him a point by it at one point. And but still happy to be here on the podium.
Yeah, I was about to mention that was, I mean, pretty heavy damage for both you and Joe Rainey there, and it started getting pretty close there coming down towards the last couple of laps. So I appreciate you for not only joining us here for a quick interview, Amethyst, but as also, once again, everything that you do here for us behind the scenes, all the points and whatnot. I know that's all fun to do. Amethyst, thank you so much. And before we let you get going, is there anybody you'd like to thank here that allows you to race in and race out with us?
As always, thanks to my partner Ember, and thank you for the broadcasts that you do. They're always excellent. And gotta shout out the viewers, especially the people chatting live. It's always fun to see what people are saying, and really appreciate you all. It helps make it happen.
All right, well said, Amethyst. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your night.
Thank you. You too.
Real quick before I throw it down to Warren Johnson, our league owner with Lewis Holloway, P3 in the GT4 class. Just like Amethyst Reese, got a shout out to each and every single one of you live down there in YouTube land right now. Impulse Effects is joining us. That's Adrian Gutierrez, Terry, as well as Moonlight Dancer. Been chatting it all up here tonight, as well as Almarella, or Elma. Oh, God, you're going to have to help me out with that one. Congratulations, Ali Xay. That was great. And now we will throw it down there to Warren, who is caught up with Lewis Holloway.
Warren has actually left the chat.
You mug. Okay. No. Well, Lewis,
So
you're stuck
Lewis.
here with me.
Well, the both of you guys, come on, man. Let's have a party here.
Yeah. Amethyst, you're up here with us. Got party up here in the booth. Lewis, walk us through your time out here on the track tonight. And I'll be honest with you, man. This is this track I don't really know too well. What was it like here from Circuit Gilles Villeneuve?
Yes. This track, it feels very Monza-esque. A lot of straightaways and then just chicane, a hairpin turn, chicane. So a lot of that, and just really just trying to like be as brave as you want to be on the brakes to nail it into the chicane and not lose too much speed, but then also not hit the wall of champions coming out of the last chicane there at the start and finish straight. So yeah, it was just really like a challenge of that, and for me it really just was a battle of or a race of just sticking in there and staying in the fight, because you never know how the race is going to fall in your favor. So yeah.
Especially these competition cautions, I mean, they're pretty straightforward. You got that break at about halfway, but how does that sort of, in your eyes, I mean, whether it's tonight or earlier races within the season, how does that sort of shake up the field there, not only on the race restart, but as well as strategy?
Yeah, it definitely makes you want to just be in the right place at the right time. In all of the races this season, I think I've tried to switch up my strategy for like when to pit. Do I pit right before the safety car if I do get a chance, or just wait till the safety car to pit? And I've learned my lesson. I got bit a couple times pitting early and ending up in a bad spot. So today I just played it normal, pit under the safety car like everybody else. And yeah, the main thing is, I had a pretty decent lead on the position behind me, and of course, with the caution, it's like an equalizer. Everybody gets back together, so whatever lead you had in the first race, it's kind of erased. So it's just it's definitely something that I like it, having it where if I'm doing bad, I love it. If I'm doing great, not so much. But
The ebbs and flows, the yin and yang of the old competition caution. Lewis, I know exactly what you're saying, especially coming through some oval racing. But Thank you for, waiting so many driver interviews here. Before we let you get going, not only who would you like to thank and shout out, but is there anything that you'd like to sort of mention here in the driver interviews that I may have missed here tonight?
Well, first and foremost, I want to shout out my racing team, Camber and Castor here in San Diego, up in Oceanside. Our manager, Jesse Laverin, is a great guy and kind of the guy that he's the manager of our sim racing team out there. So I want to shout out him. I want to shout out my friends and family here in San Diego. And yeah, honestly, just it's penultimate race for the season. We've got Daytona coming up next. I've never fully done a race there, so definitely going to be some extra practice this upcoming week. And excited to finish out the season with a bang and come back next season. I think hopefully doing some GT3 stuff. I opted into the GT4, but I think GT3 is more of my speed. So yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward to finishing out the season with a bang and getting ready for the next season afterwards.
Well said there, Lewis. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your night, and best of luck there next week and at the championship rounds.
Appreciate that, Sean, and congratulations to you for hitting 1,000 subscriptions on YouTube. Big milestone, and you're the first of many more.
Oh, that makes me smile ear to ear, Lewis. Thank you so much, man. That means the world to me, and I hope you have a great rest of your night. We'll see you in a few days time, or a few nights time, I guess.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Sean. And this shouts out to you. Congratulations on P2, and see you guys next week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lewis. Take care. Amethyst Reese, you do the same. Shouting out you out here once again for so much work there behind the scenes. Lewis, congratulations on the podium finish for GT4. Thank you all for joining in here live on STAM Studio Network tonight. I'm going to catch my virtual flight back on home. Got classes here early in the morning. There we go. Oh boy, that's going to be real fun. Anyways, what a race, what a finish here tonight for the penultimate round of the MultiClass series here for the West Coast Sim Racing League. Thanks everybody. Drive your virtual cars home, fly your virtual flights home safe, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks everybody.